Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about having a crush on someone. This topic is kind of unrelated to self-growth, but in reality it's one of the biggest moments of self-growth you can actually have, because this is a moment where you can define for yourself on how to deal with your inner emotions and how to actually stay grounded within yourself. From a scientific standpoint, having a crush on someone just means that the hormones and chemicals from your body and their body, I know this is sounds super gross, but it's true. It just indicates that you will have strong offsprings. If we look deeper into that, we can actually realize that this is just an evolutionary step, and you don't always have to act upon those feelings. Feelings aren't always rational, and it's sometimes super difficult to deal with them because it's this constant feeling you have and you can't shake it off no matter what you do. But just try to take a moment where you just sit with yourself, sit with those feelings, think about it, and kind of detach from that person and from this situation where in your mind there's like a bond there, and look at that person objectively. Do they share the same values as you? Do they have the same mindset? Do they have the same goals? Do they have ambitions in life that feel authentically aligned to you and your ambitions? And do you feel like your core values with this person align? Because most of the times you aren't even able to answer these questions because you don't know that much about this person. You don't even know what their day-to-day is, what their thoughts are, what their values are. And that's already kind of a red flag for yourself to start thinking about it in a different way. If you have that crush on someone and you don't know who they really are, then is it something worth obsessing over? As a woman, when you think of someone, then you are starting to manifest them in your life. You give them your energy, you give them your power. It's basically you giving your power away to someone in such a large amount. And when you're giving away your power, you might even see that this person is always achieving something. They're always climbing upwards in life. And you're wondering why that is. And you're probably thinking oh, they're a very ambitious person and all of these things. And that might be true, because at the end of the day, they are their own person. They have their own ambitions. They do the work that needs to be done in order for them to get to their goals. But at the same time, if you are feeding your positive energy towards them, then that's like you giving them this ultimate push in life to kind of reach higher goals just with your energy. And subconsciously, you're giving away your power. Instead of giving your power away to them, think about putting all that energy and time and effort into yourself. Now, I used to be the person who really, guys, I cannot stress this enough. I was up all night thinking about these people who I didn't even really know, but I just knew I had some sort of connection with them. It's not something you can control. You can't control who you have feelings for. But how can you go from being the type of person I used to be, where I was oh my gosh, I like this person, I just met them, but I don't care, I have a crush on them. And how do you cross that bridge, right? It's always the difficult question. Well, firstly, what I mentioned previously, put that energy towards yourself. Put that energy towards loving yourself, taking care of yourself, providing all those good feelings for yourself, taking yourself out on dates. Now, this is a topic I've been wanting to discuss for so long. You guys have no idea. I'm so excited for this. A few years back, when I kind of wanted to shift my mindset around having crushes for people and liking someone and all of that, I had just broken up from a relationship, and I kind of needed that self-assurance that I am good enough, that I am worthy of love, that I'm worthy of all of these good feelings. And then I started doing things for myself. Already before that, I was like going on walks every day, working out, doing all of those like basics. And you kind of have to have those basics already there as building blocks. And if you have those foundations, then you can kind of start building upon those foundations through actions, through taking yourself out on dates, through going on walks alone, through going to the movies alone. This is something I did a few years back, and I cannot stress this enough. It was so fun. I dressed up, I put on my makeup, I did my hair, and I just went to the movies alone. Because at the end of the day, no one else cares what you're doing. No one else will look at you weirdly because they don't really know what you're doing. They might assume you're meeting up with a friend and you're like, I don't know, meeting up in the movie theater, like when you get to your seat or something. They don't know what you're doing. So if you have that type of fear towards like doing things on your own and thinking of other people's opinions, just let that go. People never know what you're doing. For example, I took myself out to dinner and it was one of the best dinners I've had in my life. I still remember every moment so vividly because I just sat there with my dinner, with my journal. I was like journaling in the restaurant because people don't know. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're writing your next good book or something. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you're doing. And you shouldn't let that stop you. And I just went out and had this amazing dinner. The food was so good. And I was just looking around and noticing how other people were like having dinners with different people. And it was so beautiful. It's so beautiful to notice these things in life. Like when you see someone having dinner with someone and they're very happy and like talkative, and you just look at them and you're like, wow, I'm so happy you get to have that experience today. That kind of helps you to have a good experience as well, because then in return, you're like, okay, wow, I am like providing this experience for myself. So I'm taking care of myself. I'm making myself feel the same things that these people are feeling like between each other. And it's a very beautiful thing to provide yourself with something. So if you have a crush on someone, then start putting your energy towards yourself first. Because no one else can love you and take care of you in the way that you deserve if you don't do it yourself. So before reaching outwards, try to look inwards and see if there's something there. And see if maybe the feelings you have towards someone else are just the feelings you would like to feel, and then you're looking for that outside validation for the feelings you want to feel, for what you deserve. But instead, if you give it to yourself, then you will no longer be looking for it outside of yourself. You will already have that feeling within yourself. Once you start taking care of yourself, you will stop looking outwards so much. Once I started doing these activities, I couldn't care less about the people around me. I couldn't care less about the guys in my DMs or coming to talk to me or whatever. I literally could not care less, just because I was already providing that for myself. Now, the next thing you have to consider is, what is that person bringing to the table? Because if you start doing things for yourself, you know your worth, you kind of start discovering that, and you're like, wow, I actually bring so much good insight to the table. Then you have to start thinking about, what are they bringing to your table? What can they add value with? Because when two people get together, it should create this balance and harmony that they already have within themselves between each other. Union between two people is basically just like you being 100% your authentic self, them being 100% their authentic self. And then you guys kind of come together and can be like, wow, I respect the person that you are 100%, and like you have to have this mutual respect for each other. And if you have a crush on someone and you probably don't even know who they are, then how can you have respect for them out of thin air? You can't have respect for something that you don't even know that much about. So kind of stop looking for those external cues that they might give you, if they like you back, if they don't like you back. Like, those thoughts won't help you. What will help you is seeing what they actually bring to the table. It's so important to understand that actions always speak louder than words, 100% of the time. Do you actually like them as a person? Do you like their values? Do you like what they're doing, what direction they're going towards in life? It's about that. It's not about them liking you. Don't force yourself so hard to have them like you, because that's already you stepping into your masculine energy. And the masculine energy is always the chaser, and the feminine energy is always the one to be chased. And I'm not saying this in like a toxic way or something where like you have to play these games, because I'm over that. Like, playing games, that doesn't lead you anywhere, because that's not you being authentic to yourself. And it's just like, you can't build a solid relationship based on a game of deception and lies. Because if you continue this game of deception and like trying to shift yourself towards being someone who they would like, then you're not being authentic to yourself. And then that relationship is kind of based on a lie. So in order to actually align with someone who will like you for you, you have to stay true to yourself. And you have to not chase that person. If a man really likes you, he will show that through his actions. If he doesn't pursue you, if he doesn't show that with their actions, then it's very clear that they don't like you. And if they say that they do, but they're not showing it through their actions, then they just don't like you enough. Then you're just maybe like a fun new shiny toy for them. Like, even if a man shows their affection, you still have to consider, is this a person that I would like to have kids with? Now, I know not all people are dating for like lifetime commitment, and dating for fun is just that. It's fun. And it's nice to do that sometimes. And I completely understand people who do that, because it gives you a very different sense of like this fulfillment and fun and joy and just flow in life. And you have to kind of sometimes just let yourself flow. But over a long-term period, you have to think about if this person really is a person you would like to keep in your life long-term, or if they're just someone temporary. And now, I know getting over a crush isn't as simple as just following this advice on like, oh, just focus on yourself and like don't think about them. They still take over your mind a little bit. But just try to detach from that person and from the situation and focus on you. Focus on yourself. Focus on your goals in life. What do you want to achieve? Who do you want to become? What are your aspirations? And if you start focusing on yourself, then you might notice that those feelings just kind of fade a little bit. And that's good, because that helps you keep that distance between you and them. And maybe at some point they will show their interest towards you, and that's great for you. If you want to pursue that, then you can. But until then, focus on yourself. So I know that Valentine's Day is coming up. We're all like super focused on love during this season. But rather than focusing on that love towards someone else, focus on giving that love towards you. Take yourself out to dinner. Take your girls out for dinner. I don't know, have a dinner with your family, because love is all about connection. It's not always about finding your ideal partner. It's just about connecting with the people you have like this trust and respect and security towards, and enjoy that time. Try to find other things that make you happy. Try to take yourself out on dates. do activities you like, focus on your own goals in life. And if you do that, then you will actually gradually start to shift away from that crush and start energetically pulling people towards you who will actually reciprocate those feelings, who will take concrete action towards you to make you feel the love you're trying so hard to give out. I know having crushes is sometimes like so difficult, but just try to step out of that situation and give yourself the love that you deserve, because you do deserve all of it. And if someone doesn't notice it, and if someone doesn't notice how wonderful you are, then they're just missing out. They're missing out on this beautiful person that you are. And don't ever let yourself think otherwise, because you are beautiful. You deserve to be loved, and keep telling yourself that. Thank you guys so much for listening. Once again, I've had such a fun time talking with you guys today. If there's anything you would like me to discuss, leave it down in the comments below. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like. And if you want to hear unsolicited advice about life, relationships, self-growth, and you're a growth-minded person, then subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video.